you better say that. The best talk show, you better say that. The guests on the show, you better say that. Give knowledge and hope, you better say that. Outsider, that's the host, you better say that. Spread love and faith, you better say that. God steer away the hate, you better say that. We all gonna be great, you better say that. Work out passion, not pay, you better say that. Oh yeah, you better say that, say that. Oh yeah, you better say that. Oh yeah, you better say that. You better say that.
Hello and welcome to the You Better Say That talk show, where we dialogue with people from around the world. I am your host, Alzada Florence, and I'm so excited that you took the time to join us today. Today, I have very special guests. It is just such a privilege and an honor to have such a special, dynamic woman of God here with us today. As you know, March is our History Month for women. This woman is striving and thriving. She has so many great accomplishments that she have worked hard for, and she set goals for herself, and she's accomplished so much. So I want to read to you just some of her accomplishments, and then we're going to hear from her. She is a social emotional learning coordinator. She has been a social counselor supervisor. She served as a city councilwoman in Opelika. She has served as department chair at Auburn High School, youth counselor for Lee County Youth Development Center. She has received many awards and accomplishments. President Lifetime Achievement Award for Volunteer Services, Principals for Tomorrow Leadership Academy, Visionary Award, Opelika Chamber, Women Who Inspire Award, Mentorship of Auburn University, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Community Service Award, High School Counselor of the Year. Her community involvement is a CEO and founder of Girl Step Inc., which I love. Woo woo! Give it out, shout out to the Girl Step. They are stepping, hear me.
We are.
Yes, along with so many other certifications, license, awards, and recognition. I am so excited to have such an awesome woman here with us today. When I tell you, you making history, you're going to go down in history, young lady. You hear me? But I just feel the presence of God, just reading all these accolades for her. And, and then this is not, the half hadn't been told. But we want to welcome her to the You Better Say That talk show. Miss Tiffany, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here with you finally.
Yes. We've been talking about this for 2 years, I know,
yes.
Yeah, but you made it today.
Yes.
And I think this is the right time. Mm-hmm. I think you're on time. And this is just God's timing for you to be here. Especially for March, this is Women History, month.
Right.
And so we're celebrating and we're highlighting all these beautiful women. And I chose her because I know that she does a great work in the community. She does a lot. She's involved in a lot. And we're going to hear from her today. So, Miss Tiffany, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am a native of Opelika, born and raised here. The only time I truly left is when I left to go to college.
Right.
For 4 years, I attended Jacksonville State University.
Okay.
Where I did receive a degree in criminal justice with a concentration in juvenile delinquency.
Okay.
I wanted to be an attorney. I always knew I wanted to work with kids, and I wanted to advocate for them.
Sure.
But life happened.
Mm-hmm.
And so those plans sort of changed. Yes. But when I did return home, I worked at the Lee County Youth Development Center for a couple of years.
Okay.
And then I decided that I needed to be in the school system. I really enjoyed working in that position in detention. I love those kids.
Okay.
And I just felt that if they had someone that they could speak with or talk to in school, then maybe they may not do the things that they were doing to get into trouble.
Right.
I decided to go enter the school counseling program at Auburn University, and that's where I received my master's and my specialist degrees from there. And the rest really is history.
Right.
I've been in the school system for over 20 years. I first started in Chambers County at Valley High School. I was a counselor there.
Go Rams.
Yes,
That's my alma mater.
Yes, I love that job. And then opportunity presented itself at Auburn High School.
Okay.
And that's where a big chunk of my career was prior to me going to Georgia to Tripp County Schools and serving in that capacity.
Okay, great.
But it's been a long road. I've dipped and dabbed in a lot of different things. I want to feel a need.
Right.
And wherever I see a need, I'm not one who just enjoy talking about it and having all these meetings. We need to do this. Yeah. I'm willing to sacrifice myself and jump in there and put myself out there. I have a supportive family, my children, Ashley and Austin.
Babies, talk about them. Yes.
Yeah, so I have Austin.
Wave at them.
Yeah. Hey. Hey, Samaj. So Austin is my oldest.
Yes.
Love him.
Yes.
He's still finding his way around, but I'm so proud of all of his accomplishments and how far he's come.
Yes, he went to school with Caleb. They played basketball together. So he's a sweetheart.
Yes. And he used to shoot the best 3-pointers.
Yes,
I'm going to tell y'all that in Opelika High.
Yes, he did.
So, that's my kid.
Yes.
And then I have Ashley, who is just leading the way at Alabama State University.
I see her on Facebook.
Yes.
She is done. She is following in her mama's footsteps. I'll just say it like that.
She is.
You've done a great job with your babies.
Thank you.
So excited.
Right. She's an entrepreneur, of course. Yes. She has her own photography business.
What?
So we're excited. And Austin he's a videographer, so he does films for sports. So I'm very proud of my children.
Oh my goodness. I am proud of them too. But you raised them well.
Thank you.
Right. Good job. Because, and I thought about when you were talking and you talked about how you really wanted to help those kids and, you just not going to talk about it, but you're going to be about it.
Right.
And you don't mind sacrificing yourself and diving in to help them be successful in whatever it was they were doing. Or just make a difference, because a lot of times the kids come, you don't know their background, you don't know what they have to deal with at home. Right. You don't know what they deal with internally with bullying and self-esteem, all the things that you see on a daily being in the school system, know. But you were one to step up and say, let me get in here.
Right.
And let me help these kids.
Right. Yeah. And I think, support goes a long way. So their father and I divorced when they were younger, but we were great co-parents.
Oh, wonderful.
So I had a great system to where, we stuck together on a lot of things. And I think that's very important.
Very.
When you're raising children, is to make sure that both parents are on the same page when it comes to rearing those children. And we did just that. So I'll give him a shout out.
Give him a shout out.
Shout out, James. So
great job. Great job.
Thank you.
Love it.
Thank you.
I love it. I tell you what, you are the founder of Girl Step, whom I love the best. How did that organization get started? How did that start? What did it come about?
So as I mentioned, I was a school counselor. So if you're a school counselor, you're creating small groups and that sort of thing. So when I was at Auburn High School, we were having issues with girls who were getting sent to the office. They were fighting, they were doing all of those things. So I was just thinking again, like, what can I do to bring about change, to maybe make them think a different way. Correct. And so I started a girl group at Auburn High. And so it grew. We had about 50, 60 members. Wow. So I recall taking them on a college trip once. And a teacher asked me, she was like, are you really going to take those girls? They've been fighting each other. And I was like, oh, I never thought about that. I said, oh, it'll be okay. But it was just proof that when you set your expectations high, children will rise to the occasion. Exactly. Never had an argument in our meetings. Never had any disrespect towards the teachers that were working with me. I could trust them when we would go places. Wow. We had a 100% graduation rate. Wow. They knew in order to travel with the group, they could not have any zeros in their classes.
Come on now, you better say that.
I'm telling you. So it's like just trying to show them something different.
A different way.
Yes. And so we did that. We had a great program. So I had a lot of people in the community asking, I wish that my daughter could be in that program, who didn't go to Auburn. So I was just thinking like, well, maybe I could just start a nonprofit.
Exactly.
And so I did that. And so we provide services to girls in grades 3 through 12.
Okay.
We did try to extend that down to kindergarten and first grade.
Oh, they're not ready. They're not ready yet.
The
babies are not ready yet. They're not ready to take that step.
Right. And we're going to give them something to look forward to. So they have to be in the 3rd grade in order to be a part of our organization. And all they have to do is complete an application. We do not turn anyone away.
Right.
And it's open. We just have an enrollment period. At one point, they could sign up anytime during the year. Okay. But we get feedback from our parents each year. We send out surveys. And one thing that they wanted girls to bond more. And in order to bond, we had to stop enrollment at a certain time so that we can work with those girls. Right. And then we open up enrollment just twice a year.
Okay, that's
for
good.
Kids to come in.
That's good.
So I'm very excited about that program and the offering.
So tell me, how many young ladies have you all graduated and went on to college? Have you kept up with the, with your stats and your statistics of how many girls? Because how long, well, first of all, how long has it been in existence? How many years?
So it's been in there since 2015.
Okay.
However, I did take a period off when I had served on the Opelika City Council.
I remember that.
I was trying to do that and Girl Steps, and it just was not working. It was too much.
Yeah.
So my thing is, if I can't do it right, I'm not going to do it at all.
Right.
So we took 4 years off, which was a term.
Uh-huh.
And then in 2020, I picked it back up full time.
Uh-huh.
We have 16 advisors. Of course, I can't do it alone.
That's correct. I have that tribe around
We normally
you.
average about 125 to 150 girls in the program, with about 100 being active at our meetings each week, or each month that we have them. But yeah, it's been going very well. I'm very pleased with it. Just being a part of the village of a lot of these girls,
making a difference.
Correct.
Making a difference. Being that leader and that mentorship that some girls need.
Right. And what I do love about it is that some of the girls are our advisors now. They graduated through the program,
and
they're like professional women, and they went through the program, but they're back.
Oh my
so
goodness.
That's very exciting because they wanted to give back because they felt that Girl Steps was there for them. So that's always exciting.
This is just totally amazing.
Yeah.
So they come through the program.
Yes.
Graduated, went to school, went to college,
Right.
turned around and came back and became a part of Girl Step Incorporated.
Right. And a lot of our girls who are still in college, they normally come back when we have like college panels. I invite them back, and they're, they never say no.
Oh my goodness.
They're like, yes, I'm coming back.
I'm coming back.
Yeah, especially like on their Christmas holidays and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, they come back.
Isn't that amazing?
It is. Very.
I'm so excited. I may want to get up and shout. Well, you kind of explained to us just a little bit how it got started. Your passion for girls and your passion to see young girls succeed. So what was the main thing that drove you to, let me just do this for these kids. Let me bring them together. What was that about?
There are so many opportunity gaps in our community. There are a lot of kids who don't have certain experiences that they need in order to reach their highest potential.
Right.
And I just look at the things that I was exposing my daughter to. That's making her who she was just growing up, and I'm like, some of these other girls, they need to see that.
Yes.
And it could be just their lower socioeconomic status. It could just be the parents are working, which is normally the case, and they don't have the time to expose them to some of those things. So I wanted to kind of stand in the gap to close that opportunity gap for our girls to make sure that we are providing good education.
Right.
Because they know we're gonna have tea parties, we're gonna do all that fun stuff, but they're gonna learn as well.
Exactly.
And so we focus on education, advocacy, because we do provide that platform for them to be comfortable coming in, talking about mental health or bullying, as you mentioned earlier, their body, self-worth. So we focus on that, as well as we provide that support to where we do offer mental health counseling.
That's right.
From licensed counselors. They do not have to pay for that service.
Wonderful.
So we do provide that. We also added a parenting group because we felt that parents needed space to come in and learn from each other, and that's been that's been going very well.
Wow.
Yes, with our parents.
Yeah. So you provided a place for the parents to come with the girls.
Yes.
Sometimes.
Yes.
And so that they can corroborate and learn themselves. Because you think about, what if you got a young mother who got 2 or 3 kids?
Yes.
That don't have the time, don't even, some parents are so young and they don't know how to be parents.
Exactly.
They don't know how, but Girl Step is now bridging that gap.
We are, because what we've realized is that we can provide all these interventions for our children, but if we're not touching their biggest mentor or person they're looking up to, then it's sort of like we're doing things in vain. And so we wanted to make sure we're providing a space for parents. So we all meet on the same day.
Very good.
With all of there are 3 groups within the organization. There are Little Rockettes, and that's girls in grades 3 through 5.
Okay.
And then we have our Rockettes, girls in grades 6 through 8. And then Girls Rock, those are our high school girls.
That's right.
So we meet on the same day, but we meet in different rooms.
Okay, very good.
Because the delivery of what we're talking about is going to be age appropriate. And of course, with the parents, they're in a separate space as well.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's been working very well for us.
Hey, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with you.
My name is Tiffany Gibson, and I am the owner of the Jewel Professor, which is a behavioral health agency that's located conveniently in downtown Opelika. We provide mental health counseling for students as well as adults. We do have convenient hours. We start at 5 o'clock during the week, and we also have sessions available on Saturdays. If you're interested in setting up an appointment with our agency, you can visit our website at www.thejewelprofessor.com.
Hey, we are back from our commercial break, and we're going to continue this dynamic conversation with Miss Tiffany Gibson. I'm floored. I am floored because I didn't know that part of it. You know, I'm not all the way involved. I just try to support a little bit, every once in a while.
And I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome. But I knew it was just powerful. But now you have added a whole different spin on it, because you're not just ministering to the child, but you're ministering to the whole body, the whole house, the whole family. Because what would it, prosper for the young child to be doing well, and the mother is broken, or the mother needs something, or she needs help, she needs support, and so that is just that's awesome, because God wants us healed, healthy, whole, and strong. So you're building that bridge for the families, for mothers and daughters, and I hear sometimes I hear horror stories about how the children talk back to the mothers. And I even heard a horrible story today about a mother saying about her child, well, he have his life and I have mine. Well, what kind of mother would say that about a 15-year-old?
Well, I think that's a mother who just don't know. And her mother probably did her like that. So it's sort of a generational type cycle that we're trying to break. We do have a family advocate on staff. That's Miss Valerie Kennedy. So parents can reach out to her if they need someone to support them going into the school system to meetings. We know some students receive and I have an IEP, which is they receive special education. And sometimes going into those meetings with 15 different people in the room can sort of be intimidating.
It can.
So we want to ease that for our parents to say, hey, you have this support right here, and this person can accompany you into the school, as well as provide just that loving support that they may not get.
That's right.
So we just want to make sure that we're there and we're looking at the whole child, and the parents are included with that.
That's good. Isn't that wonderful?
It is.
It's just totally amazing. This needs to be on national TV somewhere. You need to be highlighted all over the world. They need Girl Step in every state. In
hey, that's a goal.
Come on now. Okay.
We're gonna move up.
Move up.
Yeah, we're gonna try to take over. We have some different chapters across Alabama.
Yes.
First, and then we're gonna move into some other states.
Okay, great. Well, honey, let me know what I can do to just give you a shout out. You know what I'm saying? To just push you, and I'm definitely gonna be praying.
Thank you.
Because it needs to spread all over. Well, give us some of the things that you offer for the young ladies who are a part of Girl Steps. Some of the things that you all offer.
Okay, so we have career and college prep. We recently had a huge career and leadership conference last week. And with some of our programs are not just for our members, it is for just any girl in the community.
Oh, wow.
We partner with Opelika High School, Auburn High School, Lafayette High School, and Lynette High School, and they actually provided transportation for their girls to attend.
To bring them all the way here.
Correct. And I started thinking,
that's
how
huge.
many people can actually plan an event during the school day?
Right.
And the school not only, they excuse the absence, but they're going to provide the transportation
Oh, no, that's huge.
for them to
That's
attend.
Big.
So that's very exciting. We had it at the Auburn Marriott Conference Center at Grand National. We had so many dynamic women come in. I'm very intentional when I'm picking my people to come in to talk to the girls.
Yes.
And I want women who've gone through some things, but they're successful. And just letting girls know that, everybody can't just go out of, once they get out of high school, go straight to college and go in.
Right.
They're different roles. But as long as you stay consistent, you can reach your level of success.
Right.
And it just looks different for everyone. But we had a panel of judges, and all of them were the first. They were the first female judges in their particular areas. We had representatives from the State Department of Education who came in, as well as local colleges, and just women throughout the community. We did invite women from GE Aviation or GE Aerospace now. So they have a female group there. So we want girls to know it's okay if you're going to work in the industry.
That's right.
As well, because you can be, there are a lot of leadership positions there, and they make good money.
Yes, they do.
In those places. So we want to just make sure that we had a space or provided a space for everyone to come, and just felt included.
Yes.
And felt that they belonged.
Right. And then too, I like the fact that you implemented women with a story.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because they need to know that this person may have to fight, their way. They may not have had the support. They may have been abused. They may have been, had to stay back a grade.
Right.
They may struggle through school. They may have had bad grades. But they got it together and succeeded.
Right.
So that's good that you brought a variety of different situations so that they can find themselves, okay, I'm dealing with low self-esteem. I'm dealing with, having to be retained. There's still hope for me or whatever.
Right.
So it was good that you had a plethora of stories there.
Right. And we had the college panel too. Some girls just, talking about, their way through school. We also have a girl boss program that's for girls who want to be entrepreneurs.
Yes.
We normally have a summer camp during the summer with a shark tank at the end where they have to present their business to a group of sharks.
Oh my goodness!
And they create a business plan and we guide them from beginning to end.
Yes.
So we're very excited about that program as well. In all of our events, we're going to have something with entrepreneurship that's going to be embedded in it.
That's good.
Just like even at this last conference, we had some women who came and shared their stories.
Right.
And they created little mini businesses based on what they felt the needs are of the community are right now.
Right.
So that was exciting. But we also have a mother-daughter dinner.
Oh.
And some of these events, like we don't have it every year, maybe every other year that we do bring it in because we have some girls who are in the program every year.
Right.
So we don't want to offer the same thing every year.
That's right.
So we have the autonomy that we're fortunate enough to have the autonomy to be able to change up what we're doing each year versus having to stick to a curriculum like some organizations have to do. So that's been working very well for us.
That's good.
And that's really used to be the highlight, or it still is when we have it of the year, the mother-daughter dinner.
Yes.
Because there's a rededication ceremony that's a part of it. And there's never a dry eye when they are speaking back to each other. They have to repeat things because we know mother, we're girls. And, with our mom, there's a lot of, we're emotional creatures.
Yes, we are.
And sometimes there is some talking back when there should not be.
Yes.
But just knowing that, a lot of our girls get it wrong, but also parents.
Yes, we do.
We
we're
get it
not
wrong.
perfect parents
Correct.
now. I've had to apologize a few times.
Me too.
So.
And it's okay to apologize. To our kids because there's no rule book with how to be a parent. It's on the job training.
Yes, it is.
So we just want to provide that space, and we also have things for the father-daughter as well. So we have different programs like that.
Okay, you guys rocking. You are a great visionary. And then, like I said, you're not just talking about it. You're about it, and you're making it happen. And you're really impacting the girls and the parents.
Right. And I will say, as I mentioned, I get a lot of credit for the organization, but I could not do anything without my advisors.
Come on.
And so,
wait a minute. Find that camera and give a shout out to your advisors because they don't see this.
Shout out to my advisors and my board. As I stated, I get a lot of credit for the organization, but I could not do anything without them. So I am very appreciative of their time. Right. I can't pay them.
That's right.
So they're doing it for free just like
right.
I am. But I truly appreciate the time and attention that they put into our organization.
Yes. Well, do you know everybody? How many is on your tribe?
I have 16 advisors.
16 advisors. Well, I don't know if you want to call
their name. No, I do not want to
call them because you might miss somebody, then you'll be in
right.
trouble. Well,
Correct.
we thank y'all. We thank God for the tribe that support her and the vision. The Bible says write the vision down and make it plain, and they're going to run with it. So we thank you guys for running so much with this dynamic organization.
And I will say, for a good majority of them, they've been with me for the entire time.
Wow.
So we really don't have a
big turnover.
No. I've had maybe 2 or 3 that left in the future, but they're back now.
Yeah, okay.
So, sometimes life happens. They're in school. They're in school. They want to finish school and dedicate more time to that. But they come back because they love the girls and they believe in what the organization is about. So,
well, they're living proof.
Correct.
Of what you guys bring to the table into their lives. Because if you wasn't making the impact, they would leave and you wouldn't see them again.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or either your staff would say, I'm not about this. I'm out. Finding me something else to do.
Right.
But that speaks volumes to who you are and how you carry yourself and your determination to make an impact in these young ladies' lives.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I'll just add, we have a great community. So I give a shout out to the Opelika Auburn community.
Yes.
Whenever I need anything, I really don't have to ask too much. I know who I can go to. I can literally go to Facebook and say, hey, this is what I need. And I have people, we got you. We got you.
That's right.
So that means a lot to me.
Yes.
So I would like to thank the community for their investment in Girl Steps Inc.
Well, thank you. That's, always giving thanks and appreciating people is very important, So, so listen, how do you handle those girls who may come in broken or hurting or may have issues? Have you ever ran across some of that?
Absolutely.
In your organization?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we all are going through something. It's not just the kids, even as adults. We're all going through
We all have
things.
struggles.
Right. So we just provide that non-judgmental space for them to be themselves.
Right. And to share.
To share when it's appropriate. And they know that we offer the counseling. Our advisors, it's the ratio of advisors to students, it's like 1 to 5, I think it is.
Good.
So it's very small, so that we can provide that support to our girls.
That's good. That is so wonderful. Well, all of us have different backgrounds and different things that we battle with. Me and myself growing up being abused. Getting married right out of high school. Going into a very abusive marriage. It seemed like to me if I had support back then, I would have been. I see myself as successful in God, but I think I really wanted to go to college. I really wanted to live that life, but I wasn't able to. But God made up for it on the other end. But it's important to have someone that you can go to, somebody that you can, trust, and someone that will help you along the way. Right. That's so important.
Absolutely. And we believe in affirmations. Like we have our own affirmation that we provide to the girls that they recite. So we believe in affirmations. Self-worth, self-esteem is embedded in everything that we do.
Very good.
One thing, if we're having anything that requires a uniform, let's say if we're having a tea party, they need cute dresses, or if we're having a formal event, the parents know they can come to me and I'm going to buy it.
Right.
Because one thing about it is that I want everyone to feel good about themselves, and I don't want anyone to feel as if they're lacking.
Yes.
So that's something that I put out up front when we're having our parent information session.
Right.
If there's ever anything, I've purchased lots of dresses for parents.
Wow.
When we're having events, and that's confidential between them and myself. So. Yeah, we're here to help.
Yes.
And we want to make sure that everyone is feeling good about themselves.
Right, at all times.
Yeah, so whatever we need to do, we're definitely going to make that happen for our girls.
Well, you are really building their confidence. So when they go out into the world, which leads me to my next question, what do you want the girls to leave with when they leave your organization? What do you want them to leave? I know you want them to go out and soar and be great and do big things, but what do you want them? What is your goal? What is your determination to do to make sure they have what they need, and what do they have when they leave your organization?
Yeah, so the goal is to make sure that they're willing to think outside of the box, try something different, go beyond, don't limit themselves. And we want them to be leaders within their schools, communities, and life beyond. So those are things we provide opportunities for them to speak in front of the group.
Yes.
I have a lot of parents who say, "Oh, my daughter, she's quiet.
Yeah, she's not going to speak."
But it is a different story once they get, in those meetings and they're around people who not only are their age, but people who look like them.
That's right.
And sometimes people are more comfortable, in that particular setting. But we are exposing them to try different things, try different cultures, and all of that. So that's just the goal, for them to just be willing to step outside of the box and just not be afraid.
That's right.
Or do it scared is one thing that we like to say. Do it scared. Yeah. But just for them to try different things.
Exactly. Well, I appreciate the fact that you challenge them to get out of the box. Challenge them to go a little bit further. Challenge them to be bigger and greater, and even be more, more determined, determined, and and know that they can do all things through Christ who strengthen them. And a lot of times, sometimes all they need is an opportunity, and someone to push them, and someone to, okay, you can do this, and that's what you guys. I love the fact that you bring them out of the box.
Yeah, that's the goal. As I said, with those opportunity gaps, sometimes parents just don't have the time to do it. So I think it's just up to organizations to help parents out. I just enjoy being a part of the village to where we've touched them at some point. Even if they were only in our organization for a year. We've had some type of impact in their lives. There's going to be something that they are going to remember and take with them.
Oh, you better say that. Oh my God, I love this. So I just when you think about them graduating from Girl Step, because don't y'all have a graduation at the end of each year?
We have an award ceremony, and it's all white, and we normally have a special section for our graduating seniors. We make sure that we provide them with a dorm, a check, something for them to buy for their dorm room, as well as different things that they may need, some personal items, and we celebrate them at that particular event, as well as some other girls who are winning the awards. But it's good for them to see those girls at the end, and we get to announce, what they're doing after high school.
And where
they receive scholarships and that sort of thing.
So now everybody may not go to college.
Correct.
So so you may have some that just go into the job marketplace, the college, or the military. I mean, so a lot of ways that they can go. But the good thing about it, Miss Tiffany, is that when they leave Girl Step Incorporated, they are loaded with so much confidence and strength and power and knowledge, wisdom, and like you said, you expose them to different cultures, and so when they go out in this world, they're not afraid.
They're not afraid. Even our dinner etiquette, it's important that they know what fork to pick up.
Come on now,
when they're at certain events.
You better say that.
So we want to empower them and give them the tools that they need, so that they are confident when they're at a table and they see this formal setting.
You got 15 pieces. You got to know which one.
They
to
don't
grab.
have to say like, "Is this my cup or my fork?" So we just make sure, or where my napkin goes.
Come on,
it goes on your lap. So we just want to make sure that they know how to conduct themselves in all settings.
That's right. Oh, this is powerful. And when they leave there, I'm gonna leave it like this: they're gonna be well-rounded. Isn't that wonderful?
Yes.
Well, I tell you what, Miss Tiffany, kudos to you.
Thank you.
If I had $1 million, girl, I'd break you off a piece. You
and
I
would take it. I would take
you. Better take it. It's coming. Hear me when I say it's coming. Hear me when I say, well, I tell you, this has been a joy to just hear the fullness of what Girl Step Incorporated does, and the group that, your tribe, and what you pour back into our community, especially for the girls. And I am super proud of you. And I tell you what, I'm going to pray that God continue to open doors. And I can't wait to go all across Alabama and then across the world. I'm serious. This is huge.
Thank you.
And it's so needed. So thank you. So listen, tell us where you can be reached. A little bit of tell us how we can get in contact with Girl Step, and for anybody that wants to join next enrollment, when that's coming up, or the next event.
It'll be at the beginning of the school year. And what I do is that when enrollment happens, I send an email to all the school counselors in our area, and I provide that application. But we do have a website, and it's www.gstepsinc.org. All of my contact information is there. All of the information about our organization is also on that website. There's also a donation tab. If anyone is interested,
be sure and hit that one.
In making a donation to our organization so that we can continue the work that we're doing with our girls. I will say that for all of our events, we don't charge them. So it's my job to go and find the money so that we can provide those opportunities for our girls at little to no cost for them to attend. If we were to go on a college visit, normally we'll tell them to bring money for lunch. But as far as the transportation and everything else, we provide that. So we are always seeking donations for people who are interested in
that money.
Investing, because we definitely don't want finances to be a barrier.
Or a hindrance, or hindrance.
Correct.
So please remember to go to the website and check it out. Hey, if you know any young ladies that need help or needs to be encouraged or just need the connection, to be a part of this great organization, please, please, please get in contact with Miss Tiffany Gibson or some of her staff. They would be love to have you. And remember that she is available for you and to you to make sure that you have what you need. So, hey, listen, Miss Tiffany, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
It has been just overjoyed. I am so excited.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Well, that takes care of our show for today. Oh, thank you so much for tuning in to the You Better Say That talk show. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to our Facebook page and our You Better Say That YouTube channel. Until next time, God bless you. Bye.
The best talk show, you better say that. The guests on the show, you better say that.